today we have a super exciting video. This will be the most expensive storage unit we've ever shown. Let's go.
That's this side. 914, yeah. I think Ferrari Testarossa.
1985?
They only made 900 of these cars. If you come over here, you'll see one of 900.
This is actually a really unique car. Former owner was David Koresh. Scott is going to show us another Mercedes Beast that he owns. We're going to buy one fun car and one collector car. We are buying this car, right?
Yeah, no, this is mine now.
Okay. I hope I didn't burn the Mercedes behind me. Car spent just under $1 million. Subscribe, like, thank you guys. What's up, guys? Today we have a super exciting video. I'm hanging out with my really good friend Scott Ball.
What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? We're gonna tap it for the video, even though we've been hanging out the last 2 hours. In reality of television, right? Actually, YouTubeism.
Are we tapping into?
Yeah, hey, Casey, nice to meet you. We got Casey standing in front of the Rolls Royce. Let's just drive up to the place we take you right now. So what kind of car are we driving in right now?
2023 Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
Cullinan. Great. Well, how much is this one?
Depends on the spec. This one's a little more than a lot of them because the colors are very rare.
Okay.
And it's about $450. We're putting a $40,000 sound system in there, but $45,000 I think it costs.
Wow. And is this an investment piece or is this like a luxury piece?
No, this is one of the pieces that I bought to enjoy myself.
Okay.
I love sports cars. They're super fun and I drive them a lot, obviously, but there's nothing more comfortable than driving a Rolls Royce to the grocery store or the movies or something.
But over 5 years, we expect this price to go down. It's not a money-making investment.
Yeah, but not much.
Okay.
Until they come out with a new design, it won't drop too much. Rolls kind of hold pretty well.
Okay. And guys, you'll see soon why we asked this question, because a lot of the pieces we're going to look at will actually be investment pieces. The older they get, the more money they become.
Yeah.
I think we're almost here, aren't we?
Yeah, we're very close. I think it's two entries up.
We're coming to Vegas Auto Gallery. Guys, if you're in Vegas, if you like high-end cars, sports cars, if you have the money to buy this type of stuff, this is the place you want to go to. Lotus logo, love it. Vegas Auto Gallery. Alright guys, you just saw us pull up, so today is an exciting day. Number one, you own a whole bunch of high-end luxury, high-performance cars, that's what we call them?
Yeah, supercars, hypercars, and luxury cars.
Supercars. So we're doing two things today. Scott is going to show us some of the cars that he owns, and he has on consignment here, right, that you always buy and sell?
They're actually not in consignment. I'm literally doing an addition to the house, and I did just storing them for me for a minute.
Must be nice. He doesn't sell anything. He just stores them here, okay?
No, I do sell some. There's nothing here right now is for sale. I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't think so, though.
And then also, since you have no space and you're storing me anyway, we might as well just buy two more, right?
Exactly.
Makes 100% sense. So guys, let's take a look at what Scott owns. And do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? How do you afford cars like that?
Yeah, so I own a business called Endgame Talents, a marketing firm that builds communities for brands that want to reach millennial and Gen Z males.
Guess who signed with that company right here? If you watch our live streams, our videos, you guys know Scott is actually one of my bosses.
And then I also played poker for a long time, and I guess I did okay in that too.
Would you say you're a better poker player than me?
No way. Not even close.
He's actually really good. He plays in those nosebleed games that you guys watch on television, but the games that never would be on TV. Fair to say?
Fair, yeah.
Fair to say. Cool. And then so obviously you love the supercars. It's fun for you, but it's actually an investment too, right?
Yeah, most of the cars that I have are assets that I expect to appreciate. Some within 12 months, sometimes within 90 days. Most of them are like 5-year holds.
Okay, cool.
And some of the stuff is kind of just fun because you got to enjoy life too, right?
Awesome. You do have to enjoy life. Can you tell Casey I need a supercar that fits me?
I have one I want you to sit in, actually. I think would be perfect for you. It's not mine, though.
Oh, perfect. If we break it, and we're like, we didn't touch it. And then tell us really quick, what did we drive up in?
It's called a Cullinan. Super comfortable, very fun car, very rare spec. The interior is beautiful. I love this car. This is one of my just daily driver. I want to chill and be comfortable cars.
Price
Must
tag.
be nice.
About 450,000.
450,000. All right, guys, let's go look inside. Let's see what they have in the storage unit for Scott. Actually, you know what? This be the most expensive storage unit we've ever shown. Let's go. Okay, guys, we're about to check it out. If you guys are in the Vegas area, I highly recommend it. Vegas Auto Gallery. Stop by. It's cool stuff. Come on, ladies first. I'm sorry.
She said it.
Yeah. All right, so the first thing Scott is going to show us is some of the cars he actually already owns. And then we're gonna do a walkthrough through the gallery, and I want you guys to guess in the comment section right now which 2 cars is he picking out and he's buying. Renee, how are you? Tatiana, cameraman,
How are you?
camera lady, and Casey.
How are you?
Hey, if she comes without me, the American Express is stolen, so do not accept it.
Noted. You got it. You got it.
And guys, they hooked me up with a cool shirt. You can buy the gear here. So now I wear the gear, and I'm gonna wear this gear in a 2020 Mercedes. A little different, but who knows? Check this out.
914, yeah. 1975, I believe, on that one.
Ah, that's cool. I mean, that's probably not a fun car to drive, but that is cool.
Then you fast forward 10 years, then you got, this is Scott's car,
Okay.
1985 Ferrari Testarossa.
1985?
This is actually my first classic car. This is, I guess we're buying another classic car. That's a hint. I don't know if I can call it a classic.
Modern classic.
Modern
Modern
classic.
classic.
This is the first true classic car I bought. When I was a little kid, this is one of the cars I had a
Me too,
poster.
1985. I was 7 years old. I remember. What TV show was this?
Magnum PI.
That was
No, I
Yeah.
correct, wrong answer. Miami Vice, though.
Oh, Miami.
But that one was white.
Oh, yeah.
Magnum PI was Ferrari 308.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Looks kind of similar. There you go.
Either way, super hot.
This thing has it's a flat 12 motor in it, so it's a big, powerful car. It's a very cool car.
That is super awesome. So guys, you guys know it's still about making money. Obviously, this is a whole nother league of making money. 1985, how much did you buy this car for?
This car actually is one of the cheaper ones in the collection. It was
It's about a $250,000
$250,
car.
I think. Yeah, 240.
The thing that makes it special about this car are the miles are nice and low. They're not making any more of them, and that this car is a single mirror car, which they made a lot less of.
Oh,
So-
and why is that? I noticed that earlier. That was kind of weird. It's like I almost thought it was like a racing type
You know,
of
I
thing.
don't know the exact. I think the safety regulations back then were a little different, so I think you only had to have one mirror. I could be wrong on that, but I know they made a less production number of these versus the double mirrors. And then this car was replaced by a very similar looking car to the Testarossa. It was called the 512.
Okay. And it's,
Slightly different.
do you want to say how much you paid for it when you bought it?
I just bought this car literally 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so what do you expect? So obviously that's a classic. It's a hold.
I'll hold this car for at least 5 years.
I think it's a great long-term hold. Like I said, miles are low, single mirror, iconic red on tan Ferrari, which the Ferrari collectors are starting to see a resurgence again. So I think you could easily see a 20% return if you hold it long enough.
Wow, that's awesome.
When we talk about cars too, like rarity is important, and then like the next car I'm going to show you, when you start numbering cars,
Like number like baseball cards, 1 of 42.
exactly. When cars start to enter that category, the value goes up a lot over time, especially with new emissions laws. So another one of my cars is over here.
Some really cool stuff.
Here's one of my Lamborghinis.
This white one?
Yep, this is an SVJ.
Wow.
They only made 900 of these cars, and if you come over here, you'll see one of 900.
Yeah, you gotta get the plate on there.
It's an
Italiano.
Aventador SVJ. It says one of 900. And is this one unlocked?
It looks locked. Let me grab the key though.
Because this one was cool with the doors up too. So what makes this car kind of special is on top of that with the new emissions laws and stuff, which, yeah, they're great for the environment, but if you're a collector, Lamborghini's basically said they're not making another naturally aspirated V12.
Okay.
They've made one more since, but the car didn't do very well. It was kind of quiet and sounded a little bit like a sewing machine. And when you want to drive a V12, it's naturally aspirated, you want it to be loud and fun. So this is a car, since there's only 900 of them in the world, that when collectors want, if they want the best naturally aspirated V12 Lamborghinis ever made, this is it, and they're not going to make any more of them. And
So
they're
it's
not
just
making
gonna
a
go up
motor
and down.
anymore. So this is their long-term hold. I've actually only owned this car for, I'm not going to say how much I bought it for, but I've owned this car for how long? 4 or 5 months?
Something like that, yeah.
And it's already done like a 30% increase.
So what's the current value of it right now?
Million?
I say between $800 and $1 million. I would put this on the more premium side for one reason. This is a factory matte white, which I think is very desirable with the white interior. There's a few others that are gloss white and they have black interior, or there is like one matte white I think listed, but it's black interior. The combination I think sells itself along with the naturally aspirated V12.
5-year hold, where do you think this is gonna go?
I think these cars go back over $1 million. When they first came out, people were trying to flip them for big money over $1 million. They tapered back a little bit. That's when Scott jumped in, but I think they're not making any more of these. I think it goes back over $1 million.
And then what was the, like, so if I was lucky enough to get one from Lamborghini directly, what was the price with them?
I think sticker on these was like low 700,000s.
Wow. And as soon as they came
Depending
out,
on options.
Okay. And as soon as they came out, people were flipping them for $1 million?
Yes, but here's why, right? When they make one of 900, they only give 900 allocations to all Lamborghini customers.
Yeah.
So before they make one, they're all sold.
Okay, makes sense.
So if you want one, you got to pay premium for it right away. And some cars never come down. They just keep going up and up and up and up. Most cars at some point taper. One of my most valuable cars isn't here today, but it's a Porsche that they literally couldn't get rid of when they made them. And how much was that thing stickered for?
Those are about 900,000.
And what's it now?
Over 2 million.
Wow. Guys, also right now, this is your opportunity to be part of the channel. Scott has a garage full of high-end supercars. Supercars we call them, right?
Hypercars, supercars, yeah.
Hypercars, supercars. If you want us to make a second video where we go to the garage, maybe we'll bring Logan. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All good.
Hey, on this channel, you know as Logan because. No, I'm just kidding. You guys know I got
That's
Alzheimer's.
the garage video though.
So, well, that's up to them.
It's a treat and a half.
If they like it and they
should do
leave
it.
comments, we'll get Blake, aka Logan, but we'll get Blake, and we'll actually go over the cars. Can we talk about some of those cars? What you paid for?
Yeah.
So you guys need to leave comments right now, and I want you to say we want to see Scott's garage, and we don't care what we say. We want Logan to come and tell us the value of these cars, and we'll shoot a second video. Maybe we'll even drive some. We'll race them. Can we race them?
Sure, why not? That'd be fun.
I'm not racing them if I
He looks
could.
scared.
I'm fine with it. We drive them pretty hard sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, you can't buy cars like this and not drive them. You can, but it's a mistake.
Right, right.
The engines need to be, the cylinders need to be cycled. They need to be pushed.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a car. So that car, you said about 800 to $1 million right now? That's crazy. And like this stuff is not for sale. That's why it's sitting here, right?
Scott, you want to help?
So they're not for sale, but they're always for sale.
If the right price comes, exactly, yeah. Now, also these cars, how often do you have to do like an engine rebuild and stuff like? I heard like crazy numbers in the past.
Hopefully no rebuilding.
Okay.
Just regular service and maintenance every 5,000 miles, and you should really be good.
And then how much is the 5,000 mile service?
Oh, on something like this, a little over $1,000 bucks, but
That's
you
it?
know, yeah, it's not too crazy. It just depends after a while. Like these Aventadors, sometimes they require bigger service at like 10,000 miles. So every car is a little different, but usually 5,000 miles, we're good rule of thumb.
When you have 18 of them, you don't drive any of them very much, and you feel like you're driving everything a lot.
Oh,
That's one of my favorite parts
That's
about
great.
having so many right now is I'm
Never
never
18
bored.
guys. Let's go to his garage.
I'm never bored, and I literally every morning take a different car to get coffee, and because they have to be driven.
It's good for the cars.
It's good
Yeah,
for the car.
makes sense.
Good for the
Now, you said
So I can't put a lot of miles on anything. I can't drive anything too much.
worst case scenario, you need an engine rebuild. You messed up. You did something bad. What's the engine rebuild on this?
Oh, I wouldn't know. And
If you had
wouldn't
to
want
guess.
to know. Oh, I would think 6 figures.
Wow, that's crazy. So you
Okay, so my Carrera GT, I was told if the clutch ever needed to go, there's like no miles on that car. 2005 has 3,300 miles on it, I think.
Yeah, low miles.
If the clutch on that car is 120,000 just to do the clutch.
I would never drive them. They'll be in the garage and I'll be sitting there, just be like driving like an old lady, 18 miles an hour around the block, make sure get everything going. It's like, all right, you have some more cars here that you
Yeah,
own?
we do.
Let's go take a look. Guys, isn't this awesome? You never know what you find on the channel. We show you the video we just recorded with Ricky, and now we're at a high-end car dealership. And also, guys, right now, if you want to follow Scott's, Scott, where can we find you on Instagram? Because I know you like sharing your adventures.
Endgame Scott.
Endgame Scott. Follow him on Instagram. Tell him thank you for the tour. All right, let's look at some more stuff. Okay, guys, we're in a different spot at Vegas Auto Gallery, and this is actually a really unique car. Over here, my friend Ken tells us about this car, Ken.
This car is a 1968 Camaro, Chevy big block, 4-speed. Former owner was David Koresh.
Guys, David Koresh, right now, pop up, Waco, Texas, massacre, FBI. He thought he was what, the Messiah or something like that? Ended up getting a bunch of people killed, huge American tragedy. Man, I wish I speak English. But anyway, that's his car, his getaway car.
Yeah, he was planning on taking this car and using it as a getaway car to get out. There's some unique features with this car. One of them is he stamped his name on the engine block right over here. And it says Davies 427 Go God.
I don't know if you can see it.
Kind of hard to see.
Okay, but we believe you. You see it right there?
Oh, I see it.
Okay, cool. See if you can see it.
Let me see if I can zoom in. The camera will focus. It's really hard to see.
It's okay, we have to take...
It is there. I cleaned it off the other day and looked at it.
That's crazy. So do you know, like in any of that footage we see with the FBI and CNN and Fox and all that stuff, was the car actually seen in those videos?
Yeah, so I've got some pictures on our website of the actual yard with the car laying there.
That's crazy. Guys, Vegas Auto Gallery, find them on Google, or we'll probably just link it below. Go see it. And that car is for sale on your website?
Yes, it is.
How much money would it cost?
We're asking $149.
140. So if I have 140 cash right now, it's sold?
Sold.
Guys, 140 cash. Contact my friend. He's gonna sell it to you.
No.
What do you mean no?
149,000.
I know. What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think I think? $140? I mean,
Well, I don't know.
Ken, you know what?
I know you're a funny guy.
I don't need change. It's cool. Keep the change.
I'm just correcting in case any of our viewers thought 140.
Okay, guys, if any of you guys thought it was $149, please do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Unsubscribe right now. Bottom is in the bottom right. Thank you for watching, but this channel is out of your league. Okay, guys, we're back outside. Scott is going to show us another Mercedes Beast that he owns too. What is this car?
This is
like a
this is a 4x4 square G-Wagon. It's basically just the ultimate off-road version of a G-Wagon. G-Wagon's already a great off-road car. This has a bit of a different suspension, nice lift kit to give you a little more clearance. You could literally jump these cars, and they should be fine.
And you said these cars have a huge controversy right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a rear axle. There's a rear axle problem, and Mercedes haven't found a fix yet. But supposedly some of the rear axles are snapping in half
While driving.
while people are driving them, that would be really, really scary. That being said, mine's been fine so far. It's fun.
It's fun. Hey, whenever you pick
It's
me up
dirty,
from the
so it's
airport or
good news.
anything, don't get into with that car. It's like first gamble in Vegas. Show us the inside of it real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That thing is a beat. Once it gets like half a mile to the gallon,
Actually, it's not that bad.
you know that.
Oh, I love the red stitching.
Oh yeah. Oh, the red stitching. I would buy it just for that because I like anything red.
The matte red's actually a very desirable color that's not very common in these.
Cool.
Yeah.
And how much are these cars?
480 to 550,000 probably. Yeah.
And they could throw a working excellent. Guys, if you pay $560, you do get the Axle version. So that's really cool. Sorry, Mercedes, should have sponsored me. Anyway, but cars like these, do you expect these to appreciate, or this is just like a fun car to have? I've enjoyed. This is my car.
So I have a couple houses around the country, and
We're not gonna say where.
this is a car that I'm going to send to a more rural place as a fun rural vehicle.
Yeah.
This is one that will appreciate, but I'm planning on using it and keeping it for a really long time. So I'm not really planning on making money on this car.
So this is just a car you can afford, you can enjoy. It's not a money maker. Whatever happens, happens.
This is a car I'm gonna send to my lake house and have as a fun lake house car.
So let's say something crazy were to happen, a rear axle breaks, which would never happen in Mercedes, right? It just is what it is.
The Mercedes got to figure it out.
Let's go back inside because we're about to look. So now, guys, we saw some of the cars that Scott owns here. We're gonna go to the garage if you guys leave the right comments. But now let's actually go buy 2 cars, and we're gonna buy them. He's gonna talk about them. Why do we buy them? What do we expect out of them? And just talk about the car in general. And also later on in the video, we're actually gonna start up a Ferrari, right?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So that's coming later in the video. You might have saw a little footage in the intro. So let's go back into Vegas Auto Gallery. Hey guys, so the cars we're gonna buy 1 fun car and 1 collector car. So let's start with the collector car first. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come over here, so you know.
Wait, really fast. You said we. Do you mean you and I? That we?
It's actually more Scott, which is part of the support team. You and me take care of the washing.
They
of
each
the car.
own
Okay.
0.1% of the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll buy a point in the car. So this is the collector car. When you say collector car, just for the audience, we see this as an investment, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Blake, I guess we'll use your real name.
My time to shine, I guess, right? So full disclaimer, I know people think, oh, this is probably scripted, right? But Scott really does come down and pick these things up. So there's a 06 Ford GT, the first gen, as they call it. This is America's real take on the Le Mans winner.
This is the Shelby related, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. The origins is, the famous cars that won in Le Mans early on, they then came out with this car in 05 and 06 as kind of like a tribute kind of a car. And then Scott also has another car, which is at his garage right now.
Well, they want to know about this car. Leave a comment, say, Scott, we want to see the garage. Now, like, sticker price on this car, when it came out in 05, I was lucky.
Oh,
Number
wow.
one, were they hard to get in 05?
Not crazy hard. Sticker price, to be honest with you, is probably like around 200,000 or maybe even a little lower.
Okay, so it's on 05,
Which if you
200,000.
could have picked one up at sticker and held it brand new as a single owner car, you'd be looking in pretty good shape. So these cars mostly come full option, but you'll hear people refer to these cars as a 3 option car or a 4 option car. This is a 4 option car, which is wheels, the striping, the audio, and the brake calipers. They only made these in a few different colors. It's got a Ricardo transmission, really nice transmission in this. The cutouts are kind of inspired by racing, as this is so you can fit your helmet in there easily. So you can get in and out of the car very easily. This is a clamshell that comes up. This is a supercharged motor.
Were these limited, or how many were made of these?
I don't know if there's exact production numbers. I'm sure if you Google it, they're probably out there, but they are limited.
Okay.
They are limited.
And then I guess the big question now, so what's the value of this car now?
So I put this car at north of about $500,000 currently.
Wow, that's a nice return.
The reason, and some people are gonna say, "Oh, that seems high." Well, these cars, especially as you get into the older cars, as we mentioned, the '85 Testarossa, it's all about condition and miles, and this has both. This car's only 1,300 miles.
Wow, that's
And
nothing.
it's 2006.
Yeah.
So I mean, this puts it at the premium end of the spectrum.
And then so Scott is obviously buying this as an investment. This is not gonna be driving like crazy. This is something you hope to make money on, right?
Yeah, so when I kind of view a collection, there's like puzzles that you want to put together.
Don't talk about the other cars. They have to leave a comment.
This was a part of
the puzzle.
of one of my puzzles for completing pieces, because eventually one day, if it all works out, I'll be able to sell certain puzzles together.
Scott
to
is
one
so
person.
serious. I keep on interrupting. You want to tell them how they can find out about the other puzzle pieces?
Let us know in the comments, and I'll have Renee over, and we can film all 18 cars.
All right.
Maybe there'll
I
be
got-
20
I got
by
a
then.
Comment on this car, though, right? So he's very big into collecting Porsches and Ferraris, and this is kind of the black swan, right?
Yeah.
Ford is this car is, I think, will go up in value. One, because of the condition of the miles, but also it's nostalgic and pop culture and historic provenance. Ford versus Ferrari, and they just came out with the movie.
Yeah.
So as these things in pop culture resurge, these cars lift up again, and the excitement and that sort of thing.
So if you had to guess in 5 years from now, let's say Scott picks this one up for $500,000 now, which we are buying this car, right?
Yeah, no, this is mine now.
Okay. What do you think, like on a low estimate and a high estimate, you think this will be
It's
at in
tough
5
to
years?
say. I've seen some go as high in current market comparable to this, up to 800,000. I think 20% return is not absurd.
Over 5 years or every year?
I would say over 5 years, but in 5 years, who knows? It's like I said, as these movies and stuff come out, I know Lamborghini just made another movie. These things really affect the value of these cars because these are wants, not needs.
Makes sense.
But the other thing about these cars too is they're not cars that are marketed.
Okay.
It has to be a movie or someone famous do something with someone and something in some special way, because you don't really need to market these cars. You're not going to see Ford make a Ford GT commercial. They don't make Ford GTs anymore. You're not going to see Ferrari do commercials, Lamborghini, because
They don't need
it's
to,
just
right?
not really the way they need to
And
advertise.
another thing
right?
is
So
Ford.
the movies are big.
Yeah,
Makes
and
sense.
another thing is Ford right now as a brand, they're restructuring a lot with Ford Performance, and they're getting away with a lot of the smaller cars like the Fiesta and stuff like that. They're focusing on their trucks and performance cars, so that kind of elevates the brand, which is obviously going to elevate this. This is their halo car.
Let me ask you another question, because it's obviously a big fear in the country. So these supercars, when the recessions hit and we get those bad times, are they affected strongly, or?
You get a little bit of both. Sometimes, you know, if that's the car and the only car in the driveway and it's a nice car, it's usually the first thing to go, right?
Right.
Or it's time to buy for other people. Or for some people, life carries on as normal.
But as a long-term asset, a lot of these supercars just generally go up over long term.
At this caliber, it's an alternative asset class, and I would say generally unaffected.
Okay,
Generally
interesting.
unaffected.
Guys, leave your comment, think what you say. Also, big shout out, America's Card Room, one of our sponsors. You guys see they sponsor YouTube videos all the time. Casey's a brand ambassador now. Endgame Talents is a company Scott owns. That's how you can buy these supercars. He actually signed us. And big shout out, love to them. America's Card Room, bonus code Renee, sign up. You can find Casey or myself on the felt. Come play the Venom with us. Anyway, so that's our that's our collectible car. Now let's have some fun. Let's go see the fun car.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's see what Scott is buying for fun. Alright guys, so now we're gonna get the fun car, but before we show you the fun car, check out this orange Lamborghini. I love this car. I'll probably never fit in this car, but I love this car. Just the colors, the looks. It's like, remember as kids when we couldn't afford anything, but we collected diecast? That's a badass car right here. Burago used to make really cool diecast. But anyway, we're not buying this, even though this is probably a super fun car. Scott, what are we buying?
So we're buying this one right here. This is actually the first car I bought for pure enjoyment. Just wanted something way different. This is basically a race car. It's a 2019 Huracan Performante, but it's got a Sheepy twin turbo kit in it. So it's down tuned right now at 1200 horsepower. Could be up tuned closer to 1600.
That's crazy.
All-wheel drive car, but there's been a lot of work done in this car. So this is what does a Performante come stock horsepower?
They're about 600 horsepower.
So
And it can go up to 1600?
yeah.
Do you use regular fuel on these cars?
So this on pump gas we're estimating it's producing about 1200 horsepower on pump gas. You could probably do 100 octane or maybe even E85 and get it up to 15 to 1600 horsepower.
That's crazy. What's the price Scott is going to spend on this?
This is sub half a million. So you mentioned this car.
Yeah.
That is actually, it's not the exact same car, but this car basically was that car. That has a naturally aspirated V10, which this started life with a V10 naturally aspirated. Twin turbos were mounted to it, which is what's increasing all the horsepower on this car.
So wait a second. People are buying these cars and say the engine's not good enough, I have to upgrade it?
Well, see, that's what's cool about Scott, right? He's got a lot of cool cars. I would say most clients aren't like him, right? They only focus on one car or they have a few cars. Scott likes to buy what's cool.
Okay.
And the Ford GT is cool in one way. This is cool in a totally different way. This is just a pure fun, go fast, car show, valet type of a car.
Okay, so you said just sub half a million. What's the orange version pre-done?
This is about 225,000.
Honey, get the American Express.
And it's a little bit different trim. It's a little misleading. It's still a Huracan. This started life as a Performante. This started off as a base, and it still is a base Huracan.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit older, but similar bones, if that makes sense.
Hey Scott, can I get a race?
Anyway, America's car.
Oh, yeah, America's car. Hey, America's Carman, we love you guys, but I need a race. Anyway, so we're paying sub $500,000. Let's show the inside of this. So,
Let me get the key.
at this price, do you expect this to go up in value? This is really like, hey, I'm probably gonna lose money, but I'm gonna have a good time. Like, get this face.
I don't expect to make money on this car, but this is also a car I don't expect to sell.
Okay.
This is something that I'll keep for a really long time. I want to get track lessons from an actual race car driver. I want to start doing this stuff, and this is a car I'll keep for all that for a long time.
So price was, if somebody were to buy it, say, like you said, you're gonna use it, race it, have fun. In 5 years, like how much can you expect to lose on this type of car?
I don't care.
No.
That's one of these cars. To be honest, he was actually, so he had a similar car he was gonna build, but the thing with these cars is it takes time and money.
Yeah.
A lot of people just think, oh, I have the money, let's go. He has it, but this car we were gonna build would take at least 3 months, and with the parts available, luckily this one came in, and it's turnkey ready to go.
And then so, but in 5 years, where do you expect this price to be? And we know it's not an investment.
It's one of those cars. It's definitely not an investment. It's one of those cars you have fun with, but it's really a name your price kind of car. Obviously within reason. But like I said, people put a price tag on this not only for the parts, but the time and the labor that goes into it.
Okay.
So this is already the base stock version is one of the highest performing track cars made. So this
If this was a regular car, it'd be about $350,000.
This is
All
a
right, Scott,
proper
get in.
race car.
Let's see what
You get in. You're
I
gonna fit
can't
great.
fit in that
I
car.
promise you fit.
I don't want to mess up your car. I'm not getting
Sit in.
I'm not
Sit
getting
in.
in your
I
car.
promise
That
you
is
fit.
way too low.
You definitely fit.
Come on, Scott.
I want to see you sit in it. I want to show you fit.
I cannot fit in that. Just Scott, you do it first.
You can.
What would you like to wager on America's Card Room that you can fit in this car?
I love America's Car Room, but I don't want to wager. Plus, never take money from you boss guys. Most important lesson. Go ahead, get in there. It's your car. Come on. Let's see how sexy Scott looks. Not in a weird way, guys. Don't leave stupid comments. There you go.
Plenty of room.
Like, you barely fit in that. Like, I'm not fitting in that car.
I fit fine. I have room on my sides and everything.
What about your niece?
Well, the steering wheel adjusts.
So guys, maybe when we do the other video, when this gets to Scott's house, maybe we'll drive this one around, drag race it, scare old grandma at the neighborhood or something like that. That is a really cool car.
Now, getting
Scott.
out's a lot
Congratulations.
harder than getting in.
So guys, we're gonna give you a little bit of bonus footage. We're gonna take a look at Ferrari that Scott owned a couple of weeks ago, but you got rid of it, right?
Yep.
So you do sell them every now and then,
Yeah, when it makes sense.
when it makes sense. So we're gonna actually
trade.
Okay, we did trade, perfect. So we're gonna start it up so you guys get to enjoy the engine. You probably saw a little bit in the intro, and we're gonna talk about that car too. So really cool, bye Scott. Thank you for showing everything. Hey guys, big shout out to Logan. Leave a comment right now. Renee, it's Blake. Don't be disrespectful. But you guys know me. This is how I roll.
There's a few really. This car looks.
Oh, you gonna start it up?
No, we're gonna show you a few
I was
different.
gonna show you this though.
That is a pretty cool car. Oh, see, look, the airbags are popping up.
Yeah, this is good for the view.
Transform.
Exhaust and your turbos are down there.
That's badass. You want to get some of this stuff too. These are where the turbos are.
Those are the air compressors, and that's all the suspension's totally redone, and it's on air suspension.
Interesting. All right, let's go take a look at the Ferrari. Boys having fun with their toys. Alright guys, so in the intro earlier, we're not going to do it again, there's other customers in here, we're trying to be respectful, but you heard Scott actually rev the motor. He stepped out. He's like, I hope I didn't burn the Mercedes behind me. That would be funny as hell, yet probably very costly. But so you own this. Actually, this car is super badass. The black matte.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's an A12 super fast.
A12 super fast Ferrari. What year?
2018.
Yeah, I think so.
And is that for sale right now at Vegas Auto Gallery?
Yep.
Currently for sale.
How much would it cost me?
Man, how much did we take it back for? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't even remember.
Guys, free.
About $500,000.
Huh?
About $500,000.
$500,000. Okay.
A little less. Probably like 430,
Yeah.
420.
High
is my
fours.
guess, yes.
So Scott, honest answer. You can't BS. Did you make a profit on this car?
I didn't lose money on this car, and I was expecting to lose money on this car
Okay, that's good. That's good. And so why did you get rid of it?
because I was expecting to lose money on it, and I found a way to not lose money on it. Anytime I have something that's not a collector thing, and I can break even on it when I'm moving into another collector thing,
That you have to
mentally I
transfer?
have to make myself do it. Because if I'm supposed to lose on it but enjoy it, but I've enjoyed it for a while and I get to not lose, I have to do that.
Guys, that's like tournament poker. Sometimes you just gotta fold those pocket aces, you know? There's always another hand if you can find the fold button. Anyway, guys, thank you for the tour. So how much did you spend today? What did we say, like 850,000 on those two cars? 950?
Yeah, about $1 million.
About
About $1 million?
Yeah.
So we'll probably spend just under $1 million. You guys came
After
along.
tax, over $1 million.
Over $1 million after tax.
Yeah, you gotta factor that.
If you guys want to see what's in Scott's garage, and I've seen it, it's badass. Make sure to leave a comment.
Definitely.
Shout out Logan.
People are gonna be like, hey, I'm looking for Logan.
Yeah. Oh no. Hey, I want you guys to call Vegas Auto Gallery when you come check out the cars. If you actually don't bother them. If you're serious about the cars, call them. But if you are serious, make sure to ask for Logan. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. Thank you guys.